Why should you wear your helmet? Let me show you. Maybe you don't wear your helmet because you think people will make fun of you or you won't be cool.
Hey, that's a nice helmet you got there. Your mommy make you wear it? What's the matter? Scared you're gonna fall? You need some training wheels too? Hey, helmet boy, my sister's got a helmet like that. Maybe you should wear a dress just like her.
Don't worry about bullies because karma will always get them back in the end. A split-second decision can change or even end your life forever. On Thursday, September 19th, I walked through my garage and grabbed my skateboard, but not my helmet. Growing up, I always wore my helmet, but lately I thought it was annoying to wear a helmet. I started skateboarding in front of my house like I had 100 times before. I was on a penny board and was carving on the street, and then I did a simple power slip. And that's all I remember from that day. I am told that I fell on the back right side of my head, and because I was not wearing a helmet, the impact knocked me unconscious, and I had many seizures. This caused me to repeatedly bang my head onto the asphalt. Luckily, my neighbor was right next to me and she called for my sister, who was right down the street. She ran inside my house and got my mom. My mom came to my side and held my head. I remained unconscious. They called 911. A few minutes later, the paramedics arrived and I was put on a stretcher and the ambulance left for the emergency room at Rady Children's Hospital. While in the ambulance and after arrival in the hospital, I had many more seizures. I was taken to the ER and then the pediatric intensive care unit. The doctors told my parents that I was in critical condition and I had a very bad skull fracture and brain damage. My parents were told that the effect of the brain damage will not really be known until I woke up. The neurosurgeon put a hole in my skull and inserted a sensor to monitor the intracranial pressure, ICP levels, that my brain was exerting onto my skull. The pressure is in response to the brain swelling due to the injury. It is extremely important to control the brain swelling since this can cause further damage to brain cells that were not damaged during the fall. So keeping the pressure low is really important for the first 5 to 7 days, which can be the period of maximum swelling. To keep the brain from swelling, they heavily sedated me to the point of putting me into a medically induced coma. This basically reduces the brain function so that my brain's demand for oxygen was low. Therefore, the requirement for blood flow is reduced. This keeps the brain from swelling. If your brain pressure gets too high, they have to remove part of your skull. Since I was in a coma, my lungs stopped working, so they had to install a breathing tube into my throat that was connected to a ventilator. The breathing machine provided me air and was programmed to adjust exactly how much and how often I breathed. They also had to install a tube into my stomach to provide me liquefied food. While I was in my coma, many of my friends made me posters from my room, sent me text messages and Instagrams.
Alex, I love you so much. You probably don't understand how much I miss you at school. I cannot wait to see you and give
Alex,
you the biggest hug.
I love you like a brother, and I know you will be okay.
Your hugs
But I
always
just always want you to know that I'm praying for you, constantly. I can never stop thinking about you. You always invite me.
Alex, words can't describe how much I miss you. It's been a week almost and I can't stop thinking
Everyone
about you.
please pray
You
for
have
one of my
always been
great
there
friends,
for me,
Alex.
you know that
He
I
fell
will
off his skateboard yesterday and his
Alex, when I heard the news, I was at school and I was going to second period.
Alex, I hope you get better because everyone's thinking about you right now. You're such a happy kid and you don't deserve this at all. I know you will get better because you're such a strong person. You make people laugh every day. Nothing is the same without you. Please get better because everyone misses and loves you. Can't wait to see you.
Since the fall, Alex has been in a medically induced coma at Rady Children's Hospital to allow the swelling in his brain to subside. Alex's uncle says he hopes his nephew's ordeal will encourage children to play it safe while skateboarding or doing other activities. We don't know why this happened, but we hope that something good comes out of this, is that kids will wear a helmet when you're skateboarding, riding a bike, or riding a scooter. Alex's family says doctors have begun slowly bringing him out of his medically induced coma.
Alex, tonight made me think a lot about you, and I know you're gonna be fine, but just the thought of you hurt makes me so sad. I miss our camping trips and everything else we do together. I can't live without you at school, and it feels so different without you there. You wouldn't believe how many people came down to the park to pray for you. Many tears were shed, and we all can't wait for you to come back. We need to make new memories together and become better friends than ever before. I remember on the last day you were at school, we were walking down the hill and you were showing everyone your deodorant and telling them it was the best.
My friends made bracelets that said, "Support Alex, wear your helmet, and pray for Alex." They wore these while I was in my coma. They also made stickers and buttons to put on their backpack and cell phones.
I love you, Alex.
After about 2.5 weeks in the coma, the doctor stopped the coma medicine. But even though my brainwaves were working again, my eyes were open, I was still in a vegetative state or non-responsive state. Because I wasn't responding, they had to take an MRI of my brain and had to take off my braces because they are metal. Unfortunately, the MRI showed much worse damage than the doctors thought. Some were unsure if I would ever wake up or be the same person that I was before the accident. For about a week, I just stared at the ceiling and moved my arms and legs around, but did not respond to anyone. The first sign that I was not going to be a vegetable was when I smiled at my mom and dad. After that, the nurse practitioner came in and she held my hand and said, "Hi Alex, I'm Crystal," and I immediately started talking. Even though it was gibberish, it was words, and that was a huge moment. I still could not control the movements of my arms, hands, or legs. Every day I pushed myself so hard so I could be normal and not live in a hospital for months or even maybe years. I had to learn how to talk and walk, and when they showed me a number I could only say it in Spanish. They showed me 8 and I said ocho. Every day I had a personal goal. My first goal was to learn how to go to the bathroom. In order to do that, I had to learn how to sit up in bed. After a couple days, I could do this. The reason I wanted to learn how to go to the bathroom was so I didn't have to wear diapers. I accomplished this goal. I learned the harder you push yourself, the faster you achieve something. My goals continued daily. My second goal was to learn how to eat again, but I still had a feeding tube in my nose, and in order to get that out, I would have to learn how to eat again. I hated food in the hospital. It was disgusting, and I always had no appetite. But I pushed myself so hard and ate all of that disgusting food. I got that stupid tube right out of my nose.
I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close.
You okay?
You alright, buddy?
How you doing?
Feel funny?
Yeah. Do you want to blow your nose?
Yeah.
It didn't hurt though, did it?
Let me kiss him, please.
Wasn't that the world's biggest booger? I told you it was spaghetti
It was
noodle.
the longest one anyway. Here, let Brandy give you just one.
Then my hardest goal was to learn how to walk. This took weeks. The reason it was so hard is because I had this disease called CRPS, or Complex Regional Pain Syndrome. This is when your brain tells something in your body that something is wrong when it is really not. I had this in my feet. It felt like someone was stabbing multiple knives into you at the same time. It would swell and burn so badly. They said that this could make me stay in the hospital for a couple extra months unless I pushed myself through it. I would have to rub my feet even though it would just hurt so bad. After a month, it went away. Even though this was gone, I still had to push myself to the hardest level, and I couldn't stand for more than 1 minute most. After a couple more weeks, I could finally walk. After this, all I wanted to do was to learn how to walk faster because I felt like a grandpa walking with a walker. They told me to just try my best, and I did that times 10. I got that walker away after a week or so, which felt like a month in jail. I had about 4 hours of therapy every day. They had a Jamba Juice day at my school to raise money to buy helmets. I had many friends visit me in the hospital every day. After 61 days in the hospital, I finally got to go home, and that was in about half the time people expected. Because I wasn't wearing a helmet, I spent 61 days in the hospital, $2 million in medical bills. I can't play team sports for 12 months. My mom had to leave her job. I had to relearn how to talk, eat, walk, and all academic work. And the most important part, I was lucky. Traumatic brain injury statistics. About 1.7 million Americans sustain a TBI each year. Approximately 275,000 are admitted annually into the hospital. 125,000 are permanently disabled as a result of the injury. More than 52,000 die as a result of the TBI. Ages 15 and 19 have the highest risk of TBI. Many of these injuries are preventable.
Local neurosurgeon is making it his life goal to inform San Diegans about our area's most dangerous recreational activity, and that would be skateboarding. The reason? Well, many kids don't wear their helmets.
The trauma team has just finished up a 10-year study on this topic, looking at all of the significant head injuries that came through the ER having to do with skateboarders. 96% of the time they weren't wearing a helmet. 12% of the time emergency surgery was required. Disturbing.
I guess I caught it too early, and so my feet just slid together and I couldn't keep my balance.
Without a helmet, Chase's head slams into the ground. He started throwing up and coughing blood.
Don't remember the whole day. Just forgot it all.
Not everybody survives traumatic brain injury accident.
Never let a wound ruin me, but I feel like ruins wooing me. Arrow holes that never close from Cupid on a shooting spree. Feeling stupid cause I know it ain't no you and me. But when you're trying to beat the odds up and trying to keep your nods up, and you know that you should know.
What can you do to avoid a traumatic brain injury? Wear your helmet when skateboarding, bike riding, scootering, snowboarding, skiing, and rollerblading. Make sure it is buckled. It is a California law if you are under 18 to wear a helmet. Wear your seatbelt when in a car, and don't get in a car with a drunk driver. Why should you wear your helmet? Because you don't want to die or be a vegetable for the rest of your life. If this doesn't change your opinion about wearing a helmet, then sadly, I don't know it will. If my accident and this presentation saves one person's life or keeps them from going through what I had to go through and my family had to go through, then this is all worth it.